Is hip hop dead?
I don't think hip hop can ever fully die, but I think in Africa, the hip hop as we know it is dead.
I think not just in Africa, but everywhere.
Yeah.
The beef was kind of, it made it seem as if now hip hop is back. We were all excited for the beef because we thought hip hop was finally coming back. The
You
beef
mean Drake
died.
and Kendrick?
Yeah, Drake and Kendrick.
It's been a
We
year
were like,
and
it's
niggas
back.
are still talking about the beef.
Niggas are still talking about the same thing. You feel me? So the beef came, it was good, it died again. You feel me? But also, I've said this to myself. Is hip hop dead or is it just evolving?
Yeah.
You feel
Actually,
me?
I think also because I'm hearing the new sounds come up.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound like hip hop.
It doesn't sound like hip hop. Sometimes it's a blend of hip hop and something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sounds a little rock, sometimes a little more electronic.
Exactly.
Guys are changing the drums around a little bit, not putting it typically how you would hear it.
Guys are kind of singing, rapping
in a different way.
So is it evolving or is it dead? I think that's the other thing that I've thought about too.
Yeah, I think the hip hop that look, I was on ChatGPT the other day actually, and I was checking the stats. I was like, okay, just give me streaming statistics, right? Like as far as your knowledge, what are the most popular, most streamed genres worldwide? So globally, still hip hop. I could check now, but
the point, it was number 2.
It was number 2, right?
When
but now it's always either been number 1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see because I thought like hip hop was falling off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, that's crazy. How is hip hop still strong? You know?
Absolutely.
And then I made the question, I directed it specifically like now in Africa, what are the most popular genres?
Yeah.
And 2025, right? Africa's most streamed, most popular genre, 2023 to 2025. Number 1, Afro
beats, yeah.
Number 2, Amapiano. Number 3,
hip hop.
Okay. Number 4, country.
Gospel.
Gospel number 4.
Yeah. I mean, in Bots. This is Africa.
This is Africa.
Yeah. So gospel number 4, Afrofusion number 5. Then it's things bongo flavor, Tanzanian genre.
Has hip hop ever been number 1 in Africa? That's what I want to know.
I believe so.
I believe maybe from 2014 till maybe 2018. Like till piano kind of came and took that spot.
Yeah.
Piano has had something like a 800% increase in streams, bro. I had to check that out.
Yeah.
So global most streamed genres, right? According to recent market analysis.
Yeah.
Number 1, hip hop. Number 2, rock. 3, pop. 4, Latin. 5, country. 6, EDM.
So the stats are saying hip hop is not dead.
The stats are saying hip hop is not dead globally.
And
clearly in Africa.
And also, I want to understand dead. What do we mean dead? Is it in terms of the streams, the amount of artists coming out, or is it
the culture,
the consumption of hip hop, or compared to Amapiano and other things? I think that's what we need to establish.
For sure.
You feel me?
Welcome to No Reason Given. This is where we have creative discussions for creative people by creative people. My name is Tabs. I'm here with C4. I'm here with Balaclava, aka
Duke
Dennis. Right? Today we're going to be talking about whether hip hop is dead. And, of course, I think what inspired this conversation is just the state of hip hop generally. It's in question. People don't know what's happening. Some people feel like they know, but today we're going to go through what's going on and our thoughts, especially with our experiences. I just want to say, if you really enjoy this content, make sure to like it. Make sure to also comment. We do read your comments. Something that I've been liking and I still encourage is that you guys give your thoughts, you think about it. And I see you guys are writing paragraphs, which is really important because it shows that you guys are being thoughtful about it, even if you're disagreeing or agreeing, it's cool. Like, we're reading it, so please pretend as if we're actually reading it, because that's what's actually happening. So once again, please like it if you do like it. And if you do find value in this, it would really also help if you share it with someone who is a creative person, or someone who you think this can add value to their lives and give them a new perspective. So with that said, getting into the whole episode, I think a great place to start is, like, I think a theme nowadays is a definition. So I'm gonna go with a definition just from Google. I think this is from Masterclass website. What is hip hop? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it says hip hop is a genre of music most often categorized by a strong rhythmic beat and a rapping vocal track.
Mm.
I think that's fair.
Mm.
Another one is like a style of popular music of US Black and Hispanic origin featuring rap with an electronic backing. I don't know about the electronic
I
part,
don't know about
but
electronic
the
backing.
rap, I think, is fair.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of contention between hip hop and rap,
Mm.
because in both of these explanations, there's an aspect of the beat,
Yeah.
right? But then there's also the aspects of rapping.
Rapping.
Now, if you're rapping on Amapiano, is that hip hop? I mean, just by virtue of saying that, I'm literally saying no, because I'm saying you're
Yeah.
rapping
beat.
on
On
Amapiano.
Amapiano. It's like Dos. You guys know Dos, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
Shout out
he
Dos.
actually knows how to rap.
1000%.
I've heard him on hip hop beats. I think it was KO
Yeah.
that featured him.
Mm.
And would you consider him a rapper?
Nope. You know Toss?
No,
You know Dos,
Oh.
I don't know.
the nigga that funny jab. I forget the name of that jab.
But I wouldn't
Yeah.
consider him at
I'm a
all.
rapper, yeah.
Yeah. So, but he raps. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to a lot of piano, and I think also because of Kwaito, Kwaito is rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's just rapping in vernac,
yeah.
and rapping over a certain type of beat. It's like a slowed down house beat almost.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this Gugu Kwaito vibe is kind of like. It's like a slow house beat.
You
know what I'm saying? Exactly.
I know my shit.
Ah, you know this.
So, yeah, I don't consider. Also, I also don't consider Dos.
I mean, even
a
back to the Kwaito thing. What about V? V is like a Kwaito artist. Apparently,
Kwaito Kwasa.
I don't really know V like that. But like when V's like, is that
actually like a rapping.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like he's not singing.
He's chanting.
Exactly.
Rap also, there's the tricky part because it is a chant in a sense. I can the one chanting rap artist I know is Cardi. Cardi's music or Cardi's raps most times aren't really like storytelling vibes or those types of vibes. It's like a chant.
Yeah,
you know
kind of
what
like
I mean?
the new Kanye. Kanye is
it's like something repeatable that we can say on a beat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But obviously you keep switching it up to make it interesting and stuff. So I think there's chanting and you can rap and chant low key, but I don't necessarily think it's the same thing because chanting doesn't
necessarily require talent.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But saying the right thing on the right beat at the right time.
Yeah.
I think that's where the talent is.
From, you know,
1000%.
So, yeah, I think we're in an era right now where people are rapping, and it's not necessarily on hip hop.
Yeah,
anymore,
exactly.
So I think there's that. I guess that distinguishes. There's rap and there's hip hop. Hip hop is where you're rapping on hip hop beats. But then I guess there's a house beat and you can rap on it. It's not hip hop anymore.
Yeah.
But maybe, do we still call it rap? I don't know.
I have a question. Do you guys think Post Malone is a rapper?
No.
Nah.
but he used to. I feel like
He
if
used
I was
to
to
do hip hop and he wasn't even rapping
Rapping.
at the time.
For
if
sure.
I was to compare
I'm
an artist we've
sussing, I'm
had,
sussing, I'm
Sussing,
sussing. Like he
or
wasn't
you
even
know,
rapping, really.
Yeah,
Like
he wasn't rapping. He was singing still.
you
Yeah.
feel me? So I feel like Post Malone is giving ATI vibes
Yeah.
because ATI, I
Yeah.
think that's how he started. He
Yeah.
started in the culture, like
Mm.
the rap thing. He was namely cat,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
But I think he transcended past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still think he's rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But also
not.
him transcending past that is, I wonder if it's him transcending past rap,
Yeah.
or was he even a rapper to begin with? I guess maybe to begin
I think
with.
to begin with,
For
because
sure.
his albums,
They were mostly
They were rap.
rappy.
they were
you know?
rappy. His
Yeah.
first
He wasn't
album.
singing much.
Yeah.
Then he got into his singing bag, and then I feel like ever since then,
And even though he was rapping, it was kind of unorthodox. He was rapping, but like
Yeah.
it was raw. You feel
was
me?
very raw.
It was
Yeah.
very, you feel me?
yeah,
That's why I think you could tell that this man, he's going to move past this. He wasn't
like
a
he's
rapper,
very
rapper.
expressive.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like maybe that was his medium to
To
express
get it,
himself
yeah,
at the time.
At the time.
And then he grew as an artist and
Yeah.
realized who he really was,
For
Yeah.
sure.
which is not a rapper. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And I
It's
think
more of a-
because like we say we tie the rapping aspect to hip hop, it's tricky when the people who are rapping, but it's not hip hop, you know? And I think today that's part of the conversation because it's like we have Lil Uzi Vert, traditionally a rapper, but one of his biggest songs recently is like, I just want to rock.
Yeah.
It's like house,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's Jersey Club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like how much, like it's evolving. I agree with that. But what's the line between it evolving and then like it being diluted now?
Yeah.
You know, like
Or it becoming something
That
Yeah.
totally that it's not.
exactly.
Yeah. Because I feel like maybe I don't know what the general global perspective is, but I feel like with Lil Uzi, that song, people still think of it as a hip hop song.
Yeah.
People don't think
Yeah.
of it as a
Yeah.
house song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, while it might be, but like typically house doesn't sound like that
Yeah.
necessarily. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I think especially that's why in Africa, like when we say house, we mean
Yeah.
that's what we mean.
Mm.
You know, put whatever melodies on top of that, but that's house. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
Mm.
So because it doesn't sound like that to us, we don't call it house music, but you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it pretty much is. So I also think hip hop has to kind of die / evolve in places where it doesn't come from.
Mm.
So, and I've realized something like it seems like, okay, there's certain parts of the world, and because I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, I feel like, oh, this place also respects rap. Like Brazil has rappers. They have this other genre.
Hey, that's hard.
I love that shit.
Mm.
But they have rappers who like rap on trap beats and everything. It's just that they have this, I want to call it a favela feel. The beats sound like they were made in Brazil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. But they rap and they rap in their language. You know what I mean? And they're supported, or it looks like they have support. Because I mean, millions of views tells me that people are watching this.
For sure.
You know? But at the end of the day, it is still hip hop. Like if you translated those lyrics, it would still be a hip hop song type situation, you know? And I think, I don't know, I feel like hip hop generally, when you're not from America, has to kind of take on something, or it has to sound like something like bots. If you're making hip hop in bots, there has to be something in there that lets us know that this is hip hop from Botswana. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And obviously then that means adding elements that aren't necessarily traditional hip hop elements. You know, you need something that's not necessarily traditionally hip hop, either in the way you rhyme, the way you rap, the words you choose, or in the beats. You know what I mean? Something to make it like unique to where you're from.
Yeah.
But one thing that I've been noticing, bro, is like, in bots, it's like people listen to hip hop, but just not bots hip hop or something. I don't know if that's the case. I feel like everybody is more on like they praise South African rappers for making good rap music in comparison to like bots, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're not just being flushed by the availability of resources. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, Gabs doesn't look anything like Joburg, right? And I guess in a bots person's view, or if you're living in Gaborone, when you see a location like that looks like Josie in a video, it's like this guy tried harder or something. He went the extra mile or something like that. But if you live in Joburg, you know, like you could step outside and shoot this every day.
Yeah.
But I feel like we receive the best artists that come from wherever, right? We get to hear only the best artists from, let's say, South Africa. So now South Africa's population is like 50 million people. Generally, it would seem like there are more, in terms of number, better rappers in South Africa than in bots. But the truth is that I think it's a ratio thing. There's more people in South Africa. So obviously, it would be easier to find 50 dope rappers than it would be in bots.
Yeah.
You know, unless we apply the economics of scale and use that same ratio to, you know. So I don't think artists or South African artists are necessarily making better hip hop, and that's why people are resonating with them. I think there's several things. I feel being self-funded in bots, starting from grassroots, like it affects how your product looks in the end. So someone like Nasty C's video is always gonna look better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than your video, especially if you have to start from scratch. And like, I'm not saying it makes the music sound better, but it gives that impression that because I feel like people also want to support something that seems like it's going somewhere. You know,
For
like
sure.
if you're dope but it doesn't feel like your music is moving, people can just not support you because it feels like they're the only ones supporting you. You know what I mean? Like this thing is not cool.
Yeah.
You know, yet. And then if it blows up, then everyone comes in, then they openly support you. Like, it's quite funny. But I would say in bots, hip hop is only dead to a certain community, right? I feel like the new generation are coming with, and they're doing hip hop, bro, but also not only hip hop. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to Fuego, all that is hip hop.
Yeah.
He'll have like one Gom song here and there, and they're mixing it up, but it's all hip hop. And he has more monthly listeners than gang rappers and bots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I do feel like people are there listening and consuming and stuff. I think also it's just that you're expecting that the guys who are doing it big will go on to do even bigger things.
Yeah.
Right? But it feels like there's this ceiling.
There's a ceiling.
You know, so, you know, Ozzy or someone grinds, blows up, makes a hit, does this, has a good season, does a whole lot of performances. And then next year,
it's not as big.
It's not as big also because it's like he hit every location. He did Draneng, he did Maung, he did wherever, Kanye Gabs, he did all that. He performed in all these spots, right? Had his run, shot his videos, all of that. Then it's, I don't know, you expect the progression like, okay, from here is to go and maybe feature international acts and grow your brand that way. But it just seems like in bots, it never gets to that point.
Yeah.
It doesn't get to that point. So I think people have that mentality like, what are you doing? You know, like, because your rap isn't popping like maybe how it is in States, it's like, what are you doing?
And where are you going?
Why are you still even rapping?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
One thing I also wanted to say about the evolving thing is, I don't really think it's dying too. I just think it's evolving because we could look back to the Lil Wayne era. Before then, people were calling that Wayne thing that it was dying.
Nas dropped the album in 07 or 08 called Hip Hop is Dead.
Hip Hop is dead, you feel me? Because it was changing.
It was changing. That's when like Wayne, Soulja Boy was coming in the game. You know, and maybe Nas was thinking, bruh, what I know this shit
not
to
what
be.
it is. You feel me? And then we move on to who now? The mumble rap.
Yeah.
they're pulling up
Like
now. Like
Yachty.
Thugger's coming up, and the Lil Waynes are
Yeah.
like, man, this shit. It's the Hobson
Yeah.
made a song like
Yeah,
niggas don't
mumble
even
rap.
talk anymore. Niggas like they're not even saying
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So at that point, the Lil Wayne era was dead because of the Young Thug era. Now the Thug era is dying because of the Cardi era.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
But then to your point, then what about like the skill of rap? You know?
That's the question. That's why I was asking y'all that. At that point now, how do we quantify? Why do we say it's dying? Is it because it's evolving, or is it because people are not buying it more?
Yeah.
People are not listening.
I think also in Bots,
You feel me?
bro, like I've been looking at shows and stuff, but the only real hip hop show or event is YSO.
Yeah.
Bro, like in Bots, no one is doing hip hop events, and you gotta ask why. Is it because people won't show up? Maybe. You know what I mean? Does it mean that the piano events are better? No, maybe not necessarily better, but there'll be more people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I think about it, bro, I'm like, damn, Bots doesn't have a full-on culture like it used to. Like now I feel like the kids are starting that culture again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also think with the trap era, hey man, making it about Faded Gang also is like, we were actually trapping for real. Like we weren't, like trap music was us trapping. For us, like when we were listening also to the niggas, like trap music is for niggas, is made by niggas who trap.
Yeah.
You know, so trapping is selling drugs as far as I know. But, you know, you can obviously apply it to something else. Like how Crashing Out was like going overboard and maybe killing a nigga over some light shit. But now you can say you're crashing out if you just get pissed off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Similar to, so I feel like with trap, it's the same thing. But guys were making quote unquote trap music, but literally they were rapping over trap beats. You know? And I think what made the difference with us is it wasn't just rapping over trap beats. We were actually trapping. So when I could speak about kilos, I could talk about grams, I could talk about moving with weight. And maybe it sounds like a fairy tale to niggas, but I was doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
so I think like it was also, people wanted that, you know, they wanted that out of the trap music that was on and that they were listening to now.
Yeah.
I think also there's fatigue over time, bro, like listening fatigue. You know, like
exactly. I was
over
about to say the
time,
same thing. Like,
you know,
at this point, is it dead because Amapiano is doing better or Afrobeats is doing better? You feel me?
Okay, let's look at it like this.
Yeah.
Do you listen to piano? Like, do you ever wake up in the morning and put on an Amapiano song?
No.
Like just out of your own.
Nah, I be doing that. If there's some bangers, you know, then I'm there.
You see, like I don't.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have one Amapiano song on my Spotify.
I don't have a single Amapiano song.
Same.
Not even one, just.
Not even one.
That's some bangers.
Like since bro, I'm talking about since the beginning.
Since it came, facts.
I haven't even had one. One song.
I would get, every time I was out, bro, and that shit was playing, I would get so pissed, bro. Like, you know no song and everybody's singing and you're like, bro.
I think for me, right, I get a piano has that
so you just
not even. I was like, y'all are here for this. For
I say the same thing to people. So, like, that's it.
Like, initially, I won't lie. Because that's a motif that keeps playing in the music, I was like, you guys don't get annoyed by hearing
the
that
same thing all over again. No one is saying anything, bro. That's what I used to say. Like, bro, there's no lyrics. No one is saying anything. The person is saying the same thing all over again.
Yeah.
Like, you guys like that.
But then I realized...
But like some bangers. I feel like...
Yeah.
Like, I have like 2 playlists. I can't imagine that, like, you won't like 2 songs.
No, like it's not even like I don't like piano, right?
I can't stand it.
I can stand it. I've made piano songs and stuff. Like I get it and I appreciate it and I get it. Like some tracks are really turned up. I'm just saying me, I never play piano. Ever. Yeah. Like by choice. You know?
By choice.
Yeah, like as in if I'm listening to piano, it's because someone is playing it. It's never because I'm the one who said throw on piano.
Hey, but
But
these
my-
bangers though.
yeah, looking at the Spotify, like,
Kelvin Momo Fool Me. Y'all know that track?
I don't know.
You could never fool me. Dog, like some of it is also just like, I think the elements of I'm a piano, you know, log drum, the shakers, whatever. Like I'm thinking of the songs you guys are mentioning, which I feel like are just trash, right? But they're like these songs where like just musically, like it's some
good.
heat,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe like the Brazilian genre, I forget the
I
name
get
of
what
it.
you mean, yeah.
Like maybe it's not like you're actively like I want to listen to that, but there are those bangers. Like I'm sure
the
on
bangers
average,
from there,
on average, it's like we probably wouldn't care about most of them.
Yeah.
But there are those bangers that go crazy.
It's like that French song where I don't know if y'all have seen the meme.
Yeah.
I think the guy was rapping about how he was an orphan.
Yeah, I
And they
know
were
that.
dancing, and that's we don't know what he was saying.
Oh yeah,
but
what's the
What's
Stromae?
Stromae?
Yeah,
And I've always understood Stromae like gang, bro. And for me, you know, that's crazy how I can listen to like, I guess that's EDM.
Yeah.
I can choose to even listen to, you know,
For sure.
I won't lie. There's times bro, and it's not like I'm so hip hop that I don't listen to anything else. It's just that I think typically people expect that when you're not listening to hip hop as an African, you are listening to I'm a piano house. And like, bruh, I listen to reggae, R&B, you know what I'm saying? I listen to EDM, I listen to a little bit of rock music, you know? Like, so my question then becomes, piano came, right? Did you stop listening to hip hop?
Nope.
That's exactly my question. I was like, are we saying hip hop is dead because there's this hotter genre that people are fucking with?
Yeah.
Did people actually stop listening to hip hop, or the noise is just around?
Yeah, true. Because I also feel like in Bots, just like anywhere else, or maybe more so like in the States, I don't know if it's like this everywhere else, but there's the hip hop community, right? And I feel like in 2016 or when the Faded Gang time happened, right? Our music penetrated through the hip hop community. Like people who weren't into hip hop were listening to
hip hop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think now looking back, I'm like, at that time, people were just listening to hip hop. People who aren't hip hop heads, like traditional hip hop listeners, were giving hip hop a chance at that time for some reason. I don't know why it was slapping or what it was, but they were listening to it. You know what I'm saying?
So now they're not.
And I feel like now they are not, because they were never hip hop people.
Yeah.
It's just that hip hop was hot. You know, now they're listening to what's hot now.
Yeah.
The majority. So it might feel like hip hop is dead, but it was never alive to begin with.
Exactly.
I feel that.
I agree.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I was gonna say, like, to your point about communities, you know, there's a hip hop community, and now it feels like being a DJ is probably cooler than being a rapper now. You know?
Because you're getting more money than the rappers.
Yeah, and
because
like,
you're booked every
Gabza,
weekend.
Maporisa, like it's like they're getting the bookings.
Yeah.
And when you go to the club, what are they playing? I'm a piano. You know?
Things like that that make it seem as if hip hop is
You know what
dead.
I've seen,
Even
bro?
the streamers now, it's like the streamers are bigger than the hip hop, the artists.
The artists. I seen FME having I don't know if it's 10-year something, but it was at Corner Couch. They had to put on the flyer from 10 till 11 hip hop. I was like, that's insane.
Damn.
From 10 till 11.
Yeah.
Like the whole day. The whole night.
From 10 p.m. till 11 p.m. is
That's
when
what
we'll
I'm
be
saying.
paying
It's
an
just
hour.
hip-hop.
Yeah,
Apart
that's
from
that 1 hour.
You're not getting hip
I
hop.
want to believe that's what they were saying.
Why? Why do you think they did that?
I was like, it's crazy that because I think kind of FME, I hope I'm not talking smack about them, but they started with the hip hop.
Yeah. Pete was your DJ, right?
Pete was my
even their
DJ.
style.
Bond was Benty's DJ.
Yeah.
And their style. And they were rappers and whatever. Like they were DJs and rappers, and it was a hip hop thing.
Yeah.
At first, Slow and Elbow.
Even the name FME.
Yeah.
It's a hip hop name.
Yeah,
not
Fresh Mafia Entertainment
it's
or something
a hip-hop
like that.
type thing. Yeah.
Then they did piano. And I think they did it because hip hop was declining. You know what I mean? And being a hip hop DJ wasn't as profitable as being a piano DJ.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I think they did that because they've made that switch. I don't know if you guys remember, but FME dropped a hip hop album.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
I'm on one of the songs.
I think we
as well.
reacted to it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you check. So there's that, and then after that, I don't know how many hip hop or R&B or whatever type projects they did, but then it became a piano thing.
Straight, yeah, all the way.
So I don't know if they was trying to tell people like, yo, we're gonna be playing piano all night.
So, yeah,
But
so
from 10 till 11, we'll play hip
the
hop.
dead hip hop.
Yeah, they hit the dead shit. And also, there's this shit. I remember watching Patrick CC. He did a video called "The Death of Mainstream," and I hope you niggas can relate too, man, because it's like a few, like, okay, let's just take it back to high school times, right? In general, it felt like when a movie dropped, everybody know that the movie's dropping. Like if it's whatever movie, everyone knew. You know what I mean? And everyone kind of like spoke about the same shit. Like when it came to TV shows, like if there was a series popping, it was this one series that's popping. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when an artist used to drop an album,
It was just that.
it was a moment, bro.
Mhm.
You know, I even remember like dropping music in 2016, 2015 was different. Every drop was a moment, you know? Every single
Facts.
thing was like, it was, you know, and you knew like Friday Banty's dropping Naomi.
I have to wait
You
for
know
that.
what I mean?
You know?
Exactly. And bruh, at 12 a.m., if it dropped at midnight, bro, people would be there commenting like, oh, this shit
Like,
is
let's
so
go.
fire.
Yeah.
Let's go, whatever. I don't think that's happening anymore, bro. Like,
I see it a lot when it comes to Amapiano artists, though.
Really?
I think they wait, especially Kelvin Momo. People do that, nigga.
They-
People wait
yeah.
for that, nigga.
for
bruh.
that nigga, I think he's
Okay.
one of the top guys.
Yeah.
Like, ish, man. And it's funny, I don't, wait, my bad. I don't listen to Kelvin Momo like that.
Yeah.
Right? But I know about him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's the more respected guy because he doesn't do, I guess, empty
Yeah.
Amapiano. It's like musical, got jazzy elements to it.
Mm.
He messes with Ginger Stone a lot.
Shout out Ginger.
Shout out Ginger Stone.
Drake, I think he was working with Drake at some point.
For real.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
insane,
Either
brother.
producing or
Yeah.
something.
And I think, I don't know, bruh. I think the world is also kind of, I saw Metro Boomin post like, let music become regional again. And I think the world is kind of trending towards like being proud of where you are from. You know what I mean? I think as I'm growing, I feel like when I started music and rapping and stuff, I was thinking like, I need to be as good as the niggas in the States at what they do. That's what I thought. You know what I mean? But that can't be the case.
Yeah.
Or right now, things are trending more towards you being proud of where you're from and representing it rather than just making good music. You know what I mean? Like you can rap good or whatever, but if we don't feel like you're from here or we can relate, then it becomes...
Yeah, now you're just rapping.
You know what I'm saying? You're just rapping. You know what I mean? Like, so I think there's that element to it too, bro. Like, the world is kind of trending towards, you know, Brazilians have this Brazilian culture, they have Brazilian music, you know what I mean? UK, obviously. And now another thing I also feel like is like some places, it's like UK, you know a nigga's from the UK when he opens his mouth.
For sure.
You know what I mean? He doesn't even have to talk for 5 minutes. Same thing with a Nigerian. Same thing with the Jamaican. Same thing with an American. But if I asked the general populace what a Botswana sounds like,
Yeah.
it's tricky.
It's
you know what I
very
mean?
tricky.
And I feel like every African knows what a Nigerian sounds like.
Yeah. I also think in terms of like trends and how things have changed, I think there's social media has changed. Number one, especially with TikTok and how like social media is less social. It's more so about what pops up, like cat videos, funny videos, whatever you're interested in. Hey, that AI. Meow, 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 meow.
And the cat is crying.
so
It is brain rot, right?
Yeah.
Brain rot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
swear.
like things have changed a lot, and I think there's also just so much hip hop that now there's niches. Like even now, like you know, if we're talking about, I don't know if you know Jaleel, you know Jaleel,
yeah.
that guy's like Jaleel.
Yeah.
In this, and they should be in like the same genre, but it's Jaleel. then there's Bo Yeats,
Mm.
and then there's Bo Cardi.
Mm.
Like that's even in that tiny genre.
There's
There's
many.
Coaches,
Yeah.
like so as
You know what I think
Lil
it is?
Tecca.
I think everyone thinks they can do hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Like when Whitney Houston, and man, I just took it way back. But when Whitney hits that note, you know you can't do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, bruh.
Facts.
Yeah.
And nigga.
You were hitting it though?
Yeah, I love the
That, bro, I've been doing this. My nigga. Bro, in fact, like your first attempt at that shit will let you know that, yo, I
Can you
can't do
do it
this.
or not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, you can repeat I don't know, Eminem bar or whoever,
Yeah.
whichever rapper. It's easier.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean? It's easier to say, watch me, watch.
Watch me,
If he
man.
sang it, it might be more difficult
For sure.
to execute. So I feel like the general, like people think it's easy to rap.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then there was an influx. And here I think maybe, man, if I was an American nigga, I'd be able to tell you how it feels. But I can only imagine what it feels like, where it's like we have this thing as Black Americans, right, that we came up with, and, you know, as people of color or whatever it might be. And now it feels diluted because everyone wants to do it because it's so cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they commercialize it, which adds another element. Kind of now when we're doing money and stuff like that, it's no longer just art, there's business to it.
Yeah.
So now somebody who doesn't even have any rap talent can get other people to make a song for him, make a beat for him, whatever, and they just have to execute.
And it doesn't even have to be that complicated. Like, you know, I wish his love so Ferraris and Rovers. For a long time, Chief Keef was seen as a trash rapper.
Yeah.
And then that
And then niggas started copying him.
Exactly. It's like Chief Keef made it, and I think he's trash.
Yeah.
Now I
It's
could
like
probably
now
make it
with
too.
Cardi, like niggas will be like, I don't know, older niggas I've seen, or they'll be like, Cardi's trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they feel like anyone can do
What Cardi's doing.
doing.
But they can't.
But they can't, bro. Taking it to, like, if we apply it to art, I remember when I was still studying a little bit of art, we got to this section on Picasso, and a big criticism on Picasso's work was like, a 9-year-old can do this. Because he's not, you know, it just came out of that art movement of everything being super realistic, like, you know, those Greek guys doing the perfect proportions and whatever. It just came out of that, and Picasso was now drawing your face forward, but your nose on the side and your other eye here.
Yeah.
So niggas are thinking, a kid can do this. I can do it. You know what Picasso also told them? Do it. There's only one Picasso, but go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
Niggas fail dismally because it just looks like you're trying to do Picasso. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it can happen musically. You see that this style of music is popping, this Drake vibe or whatever, and now
even if they do it as good as Picasso, it won't hit as
it's
hard.
not gonna hit because
you're not him.
And yes, and kinda he's not thinking about doing a Picasso.
Yeah.
He's just being himself.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing. And you are coming and thinking so his art will always be different. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I was gonna get to that point, especially with the Whitney Houston point, right? Whitney Houston, incredibly talented. I think also, this is my take, that the talents of rap is also depreciating. Like the actual pen
of course
of rap
the pen
is
game.
depreciating.
Heavy,
So now people don't necessarily respect it as much. That's why they'll look at Cardi they'll say,
Yeah.
Like,
I think
that's
also
why Nas said hip hop is dead.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
I think also as a rapper, well, maybe I think the way my mind works is like, if I get too used to doing this thing this way, like the way it's supposed to be done, I feel like it lacks that spark of creativity, that differentness, you know? I feel like that's why I resonated with someone like Young Thug, because he wasn't rapping the typical way that I was used to. And I was like, you can actually do that. And it opened my mind to other ways that you can do this music thing, you know?
For sure. For a lot of artists also, you know, it definitely opened up. but I get a concern when it's like with the respect, because it's like when Migos landed, they were hot. You know what I'm saying? No one could do what Migos was doing,
bro. And what I realized is people didn't even, like, when I say people, I mean both people who weren't necessarily into hip hop already. They didn't really hear what those guys were saying. They were just reacting to the flow and the ad libs.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Even when Lil Uzi Vert was like, yeah. Like that used to seem like trash. But like, I think we once talked about it, like, if you were told to make a fire verse, you would never go, you would never think of it into the Picasso thing. It's like unique and it's breaking boundaries, though originally people think it's trash. I was also gonna say the other day when we were talking about Fuego privately, like some of his lines, they're not the most lyrical lines, but like they hit.
It's how he approached it and how he said it.
Yeah, and I'll say that I think with both Thug, I think people started taking it like Thug, Cardi, they're unique. And then the other niggas who are just trying whatever. Right? But it's like, I think there's also this aspect where it could have gone, where it's like, it's creative, but like we hear that shit and we're like, could never do that.
Yeah.
You know, like I could never do that. You know?
Yeah, I hear you. I think, like also coming back to the whole thing of lyricism, I think the most popular songs, hip-hop wise, weren't necessarily the most lyrical songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the time, I think in music, it happens like that. Like, for example, with piano. One of the first piano songs I heard was by Jobe. I don't know if Jobe is a DJ or if he's a producer or whatever, but that song, I Jobu Tlalagam I Jobu Tlalagam I Jobu Tlalagam you know what I'm saying? And that vocal is just saying Jobu Tlalagam. Like it's not
anything crazy.
Yeah. I think the most amazing thing is the beat or whatever, or that's what people are resonating with. But I feel like the most popular songs, right, aren't necessarily the most lyrical, the most in-depth songs. So when, for example, as a hip-hop guy, when you come to me and you play me Job and you're like, yo, there's this new genre, it's on my piano, and there's it, I'm like,
what's next?
Yeah.
Say more.
Yeah. You know, something.
For sure.
Yeah, and then there's nothing. And then on the flip, you are maybe a piano guy, a house guy, whatever, and you're used to maybe a certain type of lyricism, you know, and then Silento just comes, watch me whip, watch me nay, hey, watch me whip, watch me, watch me, what? You're like, this is what y'all listen to? You know, joke man
and that was a huge song.
And it's huge.
Huge.
You know what I'm saying? So I think commercially, on a commercial level, the more popular songs are like fun songs, you know, because it's easy to relate to because there's no deeper meaning. You don't actually have to think.
Yeah. It's more, I'd say it's more about how it feels.
Yeah.
Rather than anything. I mean, even I was going to say with the XXL freestyle for 21 Savage, Uzi, Kodak. Yeah, like that shit was kind of trash.
It was kind of lit though.
Yeah, but it's like...
No, it was lit. It was the feeling.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Exactly.
Also, hey man, I feel like 21 was the one who made that cypher for me.
Hey, he was going crazy.
40 to your face. 50 to your face. That's a closed case.
Hey, man. Going crazy.
He's saying nothing at all.
Yeah.
But that was so lit.
Sure. But all those guys today, like, that was 7 years ago or something?
And those are like the biggest rappers.
The biggest rappers now.
Yeah. I mean, look at Kodak. Like, sometimes Kodak be making the worst like songs I've ever heard, bro. Like, he has some songs saying he wants to chow Young M.A. or something like that. But I rock with that song. It's the craziest thing.
It's crazy. Because if you look from the standpoint of hip-hop, if you look at that XXL freestyle, you're like, lyrically, these guys aren't really hip-hop. It's lit, but you're like, it's not really hip hop. And then if you look back at the other double XL freestyle, it's like, where are those artists now? And the artists that are there, that quote unquote trash, are literally the biggest artists in the game right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I think also like watching over years, like you see how that cypher was so like fun and just carefree. I think that's why also people resonated. I remember one cypher before that, Fabulous, and bringing it in with the lyricism thing. Fabulous had a line in there. He's like, my diamonds got more carrots in it than rabbit shit.
Yeah, like that.
I'm like, hey, slow down. You know, so like there used to be more appreciation for lyricism, but I do think that some of the stuff people don't even get because you actually have to think like, oh, carrots. Oh, not carrots, but carrots.
Yeah.
And it's got more carrots in it than rabbit shit. Like rabbits eat carrots and they shit that shit.
Yeah.
When my shit got diamonds. You know what I mean? Like,
you have to,
And especially if you're not a first language English speaker.
More delirium.
Hey, my nigga, more delirium. You don't know.
delirium.
Yeah.
Shout out.
This is the first time I've even used that word.
Jordan.
But you know, imagine how confusing it must be where you don't even really have a grasp of English to that. Or you might be able to communicate in English. But when somebody says something like that, you have to have a real understanding of the English language to know what this man is actually saying, bro.
And I'll say to your point, like, I think also what's changed is that, like you're saying, we're less about thinking about the music and more so how it feels. Because with Amapiano, I'd argue maybe like we're too much in our heads about, like we're trying to know what the person is saying, you know, what's the point. But I think a lot of people, Amapiano, they're just getting drunk.
Yeah.
It's just like they want to bob their heads. Maybe do a little
have a
shake.
consistent rhythm.
You know what I'm saying? They're not really even trying to, you know what I'm saying?
But
like,
some of them...
Exactly, like...
Hey,
it's
well,
just,
that's where it's like you're having a seizure on my bus. I'm like, bro, so I've seen some shorty do it, dog. I almost try to help her. I'm like, nigga, this bitch is bugging out, dog. But it's a dance, my nigga.
I get what you mean, because every single time people have told me, yo, listen to Amapiano, listen. I always say, bro, what's there to listen to?
Yeah.
It's because I'm looking for exactly what you're saying. I want to hear something.
Yeah.
I remember talking to my boy Lamu. He was like, and I think he was trying to find the words to say it. He's like, bro, I'm rapping too much on this shit. And for me, it was enjoyable because he was playing me his piano shit. I'm like, oh, bars.
You feel me? Yeah. To him, he's like, Amapiano, this is not traditional Amapiano. There's too much
bars,
talking.
Too much bars, dog. We don't want to hear bars. And I remember one time Lord T saying, dog, for me, the preparation for a piano song is like, I go out tonight. Tomorrow, I rap about what I did yesterday. I just got drunk. The car broke down. I went
That would
home.
be a really dope Amapiano song.
You see?
Car breaking down and getting drunk.
Yeah, that's how
Let's
it
say
That's
is.
the fundamental, bro.
I
And you
swear.
just say those two things over and over again.
Yeah.
Then you're done.
Yeah. You know, but then funny enough, on the flip side, there is Amapiano that has meaning and is rich and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it's culturally, you know, I've had a thing in my mind, a suspicion of what people don't even know what's going on with rap. Low-key, I was having that suspicion, bro. Sometimes when you ask, like, post your favorite lyric or whatever, there's one guy who posted a lyric of mine that I felt was sick. Like, this guy had to think about it. I was talking about, I'll remember, right? But it's a line where you have to kind of listen to what I'm saying. And I was surprised. Like, most people would be like, fuck around, you're going to be bladed gang, you know?
Yeah.
Because they heard that and understood it, you know what I mean, quite easily, compared to something that was more nuanced and you actually had to think about it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying?
I think I also relate because it's like I'm like a lyrical rapper, but when someone would be like, "This is my favorite line," it would be like the most simple line
Yeah,
out
it's
of
the most
everything.
simple line.
Of course, there'll be like occasions where someone is like, "Oh, when you said this," I think you once mentioned it. Like, I'll have a line, then I'll say something,
and then
but that was setting up the
That's
next
the-
thing.
yeah.
Like, that's very
I
rare. Like,
respect that.
yeah.
Like, bro, I just remember
but
that
it's not
line
what
also.
people are.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Trying
I
to hear.
said, every thought I birth is dead serious. That's stillborn. Mama got to watch her son rise and it's still dawn.
I think I fuck with
You know
that
what I'm
line,
saying?
bro. It's from
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Dawn.
the Viso
So,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Gold
Gold
versus
versus
Gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know? Oh, and I was like, even when I read that in the when the nigga typed it, I was like, yo, that's a deep line. Like
Yeah.
Bro, that's a
it
deep
took
line,
me
bro.
reading it to be like, yo,
Not that
you know
that's
what I
like-
mean?
One of that song, bro. I'm going to glaze you 2 minutes out.
You're gonna glaze him for 2 minutes.
That song is the song that stemmed what Ski is better than Viso. I've always known, you feel me?
Yeah, I've
the thing
always
is,
felt
Viso
like-
was always a rapidy rap guy,
Yeah.
so he's always been placed at the top. Like, okay, it's always Viso and maybe Ski, maybe Ozzy Ski comes third or he's second or what.
Niggas
Because you're
never
not about
respected me for my
for your
lyricism.
lyricism.
Yeah.
But I've always known he had it. And when I heard that shit, I was like, bruh, stamped, bruh. Because nigga, I'm sorry, but you washed that. You washed him, bruh.
I feel like I was also gonna say like no hate on Viso, but sometimes I think Viso tries a lot.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I feel the same way,
Right.
bruh.
So I feel like with Ski, like Ski can say some shit that's like it hits. Like it doesn't have to be
Something
like
crazy.
yeah, rhyming 8 syllables.
That nigga will rhyme
then-
with these, with those,
Yeah.
bruh. And that shit would sound crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying. You feel me?
Yeah. So I feel like for me that's always been a thing with him. Even Ozzy F Teddy, like
Yeah.
Ozzy F Teddy can be like, what? I wish a nigga would Daniel. Just hits.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing deep about
Yeah,
it.
it's
You know
quite
what I'm
straightforward,
saying?
my
You
nigga.
know, see me with fellows, uskan papela.
Yeah.
See me with your bitch, uskan
Kakela.
kakela.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it hits like what? Like, actually now I'm glazing Ozzy, but
No,
it's
but,
like,
the thing with
like,
that is it's simple. You feel me?
yeah.
And
It's-
if
but
we get
it's-
technical, if we get with Ski, I'm like, this nigga can get technical if he wants.
Yeah.
Viso gets like you said, he tries.
He embodies
tries
that
too much
technicality.
technique every single time he
I
gives
think-
it. He's trying to show you he can rap. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
But Ski doesn't. But if he tries to show you he can rap,
It
he
can
will
get
out
crazy.
he out techniques you, nigga.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
just
he's
start with
technique.
triple entendre. I hit you with something that means 3 things at one
You feel
time.
me?
But
Yeah,
I feel like
but
with
yeah.
triple entendre, it comes to you. You don't
Yeah, for
just
sure.
write that shit.
Exactly.
I think, I don't know, bro. I think also with the lyricism thing, it takes a good artist to make something technically difficult and complicated, make it simple.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's part of the art.
I think that's part of the art. I feel
Yeah.
like that's more interesting, is taking this complicated, complex thing and saying it in a few concise, simple words, you know?
Yeah.
And then
Where
it's
it's like, damn.
Bro.
Yeah.
and I think like I think with hip hop, back to the skill of rap, I feel like that was part of what was so nice about it. You know, like I remember someone was like listening to my old music and then they got a bar, right? After like a couple years.
yeah.
But it's like that experience of like, oh, I get it now. And you're sitting with yourself
And that's
like,
happened
Yeah,
so
like,
many
whoa,
times,
bro.
bro.
I was like, damn.
Sometimes I'll just rap that song in my mind. Like sometimes I'm rapping a song in my head.
And you're like,
And then
this
I'm
nigga
like,
said
then I
that.
say the line, I'm like,
This nigga said that.
Like, and
Bro,
it hits you, bro.
yeah, like what he
Like-
was actually saying.
You know, one song that actually stresses me out to this day that I reacted to, and I felt like I didn't do justice to that song. You remember the Dilla song? I think he was talking about like, he's like, oh, Bado man, when he was like kind of talking about the faded thing.
Yeah.
right?
Just after everything
Just
went
after
like,
everything went down, I listened to that song the first time on the reaction, bruh. I was like, no, it sounds good, bruh. I listened to it after. I was like, bro, this guy was spitting,
Yeah.
bruh. Like
For
the
sure.
things he said, and I regretted not talk. I wanted to
like
make, I wanted to make
and be like, yo,
I wanted
this
to make a
nigga
second
was
video and say, but this nigga was talking about a bottle saying this, that, but I didn't catch it, you know?
Yeah,
And you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's just how hip hop is, dog.
So I think like it's also one of those things like you either get it or you kind of don't.
Or
bro.
you don't.
And then back to the community thing. Now you talk to your nigga about it. It's like, bruh, did you
You
hear this
missed
line?
it.
And then it's like, if you appreciate M, that probably there's a style that M has. You appreciate Nas, there's a style that
That
brings
Nas
you
has,
together. It's like, dog, when he said this, I think that's also an aspect of a hip hop community where now, and another thing, I don't think there's much community. There's like so much diversity in it. You know, like, because I'm sure right now there's both Fuego, there's both Baxon. Then I guess I kind of Aussie have Teddy. There's Blanco. Like there's so many
different varieties.
Yeah, so it's like people can't really come together.
Yeah, I get you.
There's
Yeah, also because I
Banty.
can't imagine like a Baxon fan being a Fuego. Well, now being a Fuego fan as well.
Absolutely.
You know, like
like I don't listen to Baxon. You know,
same,
but
not really, but he's good. Not that he's he's really good. But I just don't. Yeah,
exactly.
Also, I think there's one main thing that I think that we might be saying and not saying at the same time is that I think Botswana is divided.
Yeah.
I think there's urban youth in Botswana that get it, you know? And then there's the rest of the youth, I don't know what to call it, that don't get it. Like they don't resonate and they don't understand and they don't get it completely. Because in my head, because I grew up in Janning, I know Janning is a small town, but
it's urban.
It's urban.
It's urban as well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I went to Acacia. It was an English medium. I wasn't even allowed to speak Setswana on school premises. So like we got, but then when after school, I'm with my niggas from my neighborhood and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Except the difference is when we go home separately, I go and listen to my cheeky shit, whatever, and they go and listen to V.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like while we're together, we might even resonate or I guess have some sort of community over V's music. Also, because I'm thinking like, if I'm here like this is whack, wow, I don't fit in and whatever, you know what I mean? I'd rather just listen to this music and be a part of this moment.
Yeah.
Even if I don't really care, because it's more important to me to be having fun with these niggas than what the song is saying, you know? So I feel like we're kind of divided into like, I guess I'm calling it urban youth, but it's more than just urban, you know? Because I feel like even just in Gabs, there's a slight separation, you know? And it's not even about area. Like you'd think what I'm saying is a kid from G West and a kid from Phase 4 are fundamentally different in the, you know, in what their interests might be. And it's not necessarily even that. Like, bro, I know kids in G West who dress just like me. You know, people will think that the assumption is like in G West, because it's Kikokasi. There's no, like it's totally different, you know, but it's not even like that, my nigga. When let's check, he says,
this is
guys.
friends
And like my nigga, some niggas, when you look at him like this, he doesn't look like a hip hop head. He just looks like another nigga who probably likes piano. But when he gets home, he'll even listen to like Rick Ross, some shit that where like,
I have friends. I have friends that are like that straight.
Like you know what I mean? Like he can even break you off some hip hop knowledge where you're like, how the fuck you know that? But typically he wouldn't look like a hip hop guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I feel like we are divided in that way. Like there's the urban new youth culture that knows that this is hip hop trap, this is gom, this is piano, and then I feel like it's more like on this side it's more like le compo kwasa you know, kwaito kwasa, like basically if I had to divide it in like artists, I'd be like, this side, it's like, it's even Baxon. Hey, it's just that Baxon now is doing kwasa kwasa. So
Baxon is doing kwasa kwasa.
I don't listen.
You didn't know?
Nah.
You should play me some
He's
music.
like
after this.
Chokome and Ju. Like last year he had one of the biggest songs with Ju Matera, I think.
Oh man, he's completely switched up,
Chogolo,
bro.
Bruh.
That's the switch up
Chogolo, man, I get
that make. I'm
Chogolo.
sorry, it's
Yeah.
the switch up that makes me cringe. The Casper thing. It's like you don't really know who you are. You know what I was saying in the previous episode.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I wonder if it's not knowing who you are or just giving in, like, yo, this is who I
what's
am, and
popping.
these guys aren't buying it.
Gotta eat.
I gotta eat, so let me just do kwasa kwasa or something. Or maybe you enjoyed the kwasa kwasa, or you found yourself in a session with Jew and you're like, let me jump on and see what happens.
Because the way now I take it is, bruh, the way I'm just so into hip hop and the way I love hip hop, I can't see myself do anything.
Yeah,
if I'm
Dog,
doing
imagine
it,
C4 on
apart from
a
that.
piano track, bro.
You feel me? I can't see
kind of
myself.
crazy.
It would be kind of
It
weird.
would be kind of crazy. You feel
You
me?
see,
It's like, you feel
I think
me?
with Baxon, it's not crazy because he was already a Motswako lista.
Yeah.
And then now he's still rapping in Setswana. Just the
okay.
beat has changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also the concepts. Now he's talking about Bochobolo and like things that
Chobolo
are
is
deep.
wild,
Hey, my
bro.
nigga.
It's
Deep
really
bots
that.
culture that I feel like also on the urban side, kids aren't even on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That song is big in like bots there, but it's like that thing of Franco filling up
Said
Tana.
bots there. Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
because like
They,
think
yeah.
about it, like
I
in
don't know,
Gabs,
yeah. I
you
don't
aren't
know.
seeing flyers of Baxon getting booked in Gabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's more like it'll be out there. You know, in Gabs it's mostly like piano, DJs and rappers that you'll be seeing like in Gabs. You know what I mean? Because someone like Chama Girl, and no disrespect, isn't going to excite anyone to go to Deja Vu.
Yeah.
You know, or the crowd that's going to be at Deja Vu that day is going to be totally different from what you were used to and what you know. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I feel like, okay, dividing it with artists this side, Ozzy F. Teddy, like the rappers, you know, Vizo, Banti, like Bofuego, Dato Seiko, like Jordan Muzi, Samantha Mohem, Posibina. And then this side, it's like Franco, Ju, Chokoma, Sliza, Bonabo Chama again.
And then hence he's getting both of those.
And then V's, hence he's like right in between because he's using commercial nice sounds from this side.
Yeah.
And then still executing it with the same sort of style that this side will relate to as well. You know, I feel like we're divided and it's not even hip hop, piano. You know, hip hop this side, piano this side. Like it's hip hop and piano this side.
Yeah.
And then there's like more, I don't know if
side.
it's traditional or like that kwasa vibe this side. Which is cool, bro. But I don't know, man. I don't think that thing is affecting hip hop necessarily. Like I feel like what happens in other genres is what happens in other genres. You know what I'm saying?
It's just noise, bro. That's what
It's
I
just,
think too.
I think also like commercially, like the commercial performance of hip hop is now low, you know? But culturally, people still do listen to hip hop every day. I think it becomes a point different now when I also have to take out money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I take out money for the hip hop show, it's gonna be a smaller crowd. Hey, whatever, let's check. He's gonna look good. It's gonna be nice, whatever. It's not gonna be packed. It's not gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
As in, like, crazy. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy in its own way, depending on the setting. But mostly, kind of shoots us check. It's like too cool. Niggas are too cool. There's no dancing like crazy or whatever. You know. And I think that's another thing with the culture is like, right now, there's like you used to be able to dance to hip hop had its dance moves and everything. You'd bump it in the club and people could dance to it in the club. But now it's not so much. You know, that's not necessarily the vibe. I don't think it's like that anymore.
But also hip hop, even if you look at these other types of music, it's like as much as hip hop is dead, bro, the influence that hip hop has, because it's not just music, even the dressing, the fashion. You look at the fashion, you're like, this is straight up hip hop.
Bro, okay, like look at FME. I know I said they started
as
hip
They
hop,
look
but like if
hip-hop
you
niggas.
just check them, it looks like hip hop.
It's hip hop niggas all the way.
And not
all
just
these,
them.
Most of the piano artists,
all these guys, they have like this hip hop-esque swag. Like the drip, literally how they dress is kind of like hip hop. which is crazy because I feel like back in the day you could tell this is a house nigga.
Yeah.
He's wearing this and this and this. This is a hip hop nigga. He's like this and
this, like
Yeah.
this.
But now it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
You'll see a nigga dripped out like a hip hop nigga, and when you talk to him, you're like,
Crazy.
Good
Good hip hop has broken boundaries to a point. You guys don't watch football, but you could even just tell football players, when they're walking in the stadium, the way they dress, the way they wear like Yamil Lamar, the Barcelona guy, the kid, bro. That nigga is always sagging. He looks oversized kid, and he looks hip hop. You feel me?
Yeah.
So this shit's big.
It's crazy. I think people also don't want to acknowledge that, like. You've been influenced by hip hop whether you like it or not.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's gotten into our music, our fashion.
Yeah.
And like even now, my nigga, if you just go to what's that? Not Real Park, what's that? The new one?
The
Fields, bro. And like I walked through the fields one day and I thought everyone is into hip hop.
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Cause all of the kids are dressed like that, bro.
Yeah.
They're wearing Jordan 4s or Air Forces, right? Baggy jean.
Looks on this side where you're saying it was slides about holo. They are hip hop.
You look at the dress, the people coming up now, the people who are enjoying that culture.
They are hip. They dress up like hip hop, and then you talk to them and you're like, okay, nah, it's not what it looks like.
It's not what it looks like, bro. So it's funny because I think hip hop has become like. It's like I guess a base, like a staple. Like it's normal also for a black person to be able to do hip hop, you know?
Yeah.
It's normal. It's fine. Like it's not amazing, you know? I don't know why that doesn't apply to Afrobeat and Amapiano and stuff. But also, when I think about it, the reason I was doing this research, I was doing research on selling beats online and stuff. And I had asked ChatGPT, like, okay, what's the vibe with Amapiano and Afrobeat? And people aren't really buying Amapiano beats because usually the process is you have a YouTube channel, that channel drives traffic to your BeatStars. So usually people, when they look at Amapiano on YouTube, it's like they're not checking it out so they can jump on the beat.
Just to listen
to the song.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean? But in comparison, there is hundreds, thousands, millions of hip-hop beats categorized in different styles from Lil Tecca to G-Unit. You know what I'm saying? You can search G-Unit type beat, 50 Cent type beat, what type beat, what type beat. But you can't necessarily search like Young Stunner type beat or Mapurisa type beat. You know what I mean?
And even if you find it, I doubt it will be accurate.
You know what I mean? It's all piano.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of crazy just to think about. That also shows me how many people wanted to make hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, if there's so many beats available, it means there was a market for those beats versus piano. It's more like people don't even, I don't know if they don't want to make it or because of the process, like it's different. You can't just download a piano beat and then jump on or whatever. I don't know if that's the culture or not. But I just think hip-hop made also such a big impact that it had to peak and kind of go into like a low valley now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think no one is like people have stopped listening to it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's dead because also when I go to the new kids shows, bruh, like that, the Oddverse.
Shout out
Oddverse. It was Mfana Touchline who was performing music that wasn't...
Mfana Touchline.
That's my guy.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't hip-hop. Everyone else there was a hip-hop artist from Kill Brady, Jay Katana,
Tash.
Fuego, Tash, and basically everyone else, Young Corey, Curtis, Brainsy, all these guys. Yeah, shout out Brainsy. I feel like Brainsy he's like on the verge of a hit. I don't know. That's how I feel. Every time I listen, I'm like, this guy's getting closer and closer. And funny enough, with Brainsy, he does the trap, like auto-tune, lean music, I guess, and then he'll do a gom song. He has a song called Ntoshi. You guys know what Ntoshi even is?
Nah.
It's like a turn up. It's like a party. It's a place and it's a person and it's a thing to do.
It's a place and a person
and a thing to do at the same time. You can go to Ntoshi or you can go Ntoshi. You check.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Wild.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I agree. I don't think
Yeah.
hip hop is dead too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
now
just
also this analysis made me think like, yeah, maybe not as popular as it was, but dead.
yeah,
No,
it's just dying a
it
bit,
will never die.
but like it's just not as prominent as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also globally, man, the
And you
stats
see
are
it's
saying
getting
it's still
hot
number
again?
one in bots.
I doubt.
I
Even
think
just
so.
globally.
Bro, cycles. I think because like when I look at the time that Faded Gang came popping up and shit, at that time there was no popping rapper. At that time, the rap, the conversation in bots was hip hop is dead. You know, there's no hip hop. Like no one was popping. We all knew the established guys. You know, Scar Zeus, maybe I don't know Samba T, or I don't know who else it could have been. But they weren't buzzing. They weren't popping. There was no hot song. There was no hip hop movement.
For sure.
You know, around that time. And then when we came in, it's like everything transitioned. You know what I'm saying? Like now, there's all of a sudden new rappers popping out the woodwork. That's another thing that I noticed about that time. Like when Faded Gang popped, like we didn't just come up like this. Under us, there was
everyone.
You know what I'm saying? Gang people in that
inspired
lane.
a lot. Even just my channel, dog. I always say, even just reacting to music, it was because of the Faded Gang era. When these guys came up, they made it cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, there's finally something solid to react to.
And I think that's another thing, bro. Back in the day, kinda, if a person was wearing a flat cap, ole cat, ole cheeky, you're standing out, almost sticking out like a sore thumb. Go to fucking Real Park or whatever right now.
Nigga, I was in church yesterday, dog. Some girl had the flat cap.
It's
nigga, it was facing the. I'm like,
we'll be rocking it like T.I.,
bro.
Dog, that's crazy.
Girls,
bruh.
Bro, that was wild back in our day. Like a shorty could never wear a flat cap.
Yeah, flat cap is crazy.
Flat cap is
By
crazy.
choice.
Nigga, they're wearing it now, dog.
Bro, willingly.
They love it too. It's like the whole thing. If they see, my little sister, I was taking a video, the pictures. She has a flat cap, bruh.
Imagine.
That's crazy.
Bro, I remember at some point being the only nigga in my hood.
A flat cap.
Bro, when I had waves, I was the only nigga in my hood walking around with the do-rag actually on my head.
You know what the crazy thing is now? At my age, if these kids saw me wearing a flat cap, they're like, why are you wearing a flat cap? I'm taking our style. What do you mean, bro? I'm taking, nigga.
It's like you just came.
You just came.
Bruh.
I was doing this before you were born, bruh.
Yeah, with the bedazzled flat caps.
Bruh.
Hey, man, now the flat cap game has gone deep. And it's so weird for me to see. One thing, I went to Vineyard. I thought that I wasn't really there to be at Vineyard. I was shooting a booty cast. And then we went to have a drink or two at Vineyard, bro. I couldn't believe it. Everyone looked young as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, maybe this where the young niggas go. Another thing about New Gen, they don't mind wearing the exact same outfit. Exactly.
I
just
don't
clothes,
like
dog.
that.
Bro, it's insane. I was like,
insane.
But then the main thing that kept sticking out is like the shorties, more than the niggas, are wearing flat caps.
But they do.
And they're wearing it, dog.
Right, and these pants, you know the pants, like, is 3/4 pants.
Yeah.
Like, these
the jeans.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
and they're kind of baggy
Baggy
you feel me?
jorts.
Yeah.
It's like a whole drip now.
It's a drip.
dog.
Yeah.
I remember back in that day that being like, okay, when I was like coming up, going from primary school to high school, like 3/4 pants wasn't even, I didn't have to think about it.
yeah.
I was wearing it it wasn't even drip.
Facts.
Yeah.
So when I saw it come back, I'm like 3/4. First of all, I was like, Jones, they're back. You know, because I remember at one point, it wasn't trending, but I just cut my jeans to make them short because it was hot and I wanted shorts that were jeans.
Yeah.
You check now, it's like a style.
Now it's a style, bruh.
You know? I'm
like, if I wore this now, I'm gonna look crazy.
I'm gonna look crazy.
Nah, you look crazy. Imagine I wore that shit. Yeah, I'd look crazy.
Oh, I feel like there's a way to do it, but it's tricky, bro. I don't want to look like an old nigga trying to look young.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind looking like a
Facts.
young nigga or an old nigga, but not
not
Bro,
like
it's-
yeah.
my
Yeah.
nigga. Also,
I feel it.
man, I feel like as you grow up, bro, the way you dress and present yourself, my
changes.
nigga, it has
Yeah.
to change. Like
Of course.
I wear streetwear all the time, but I feel like you can tell that I'm not a teenager.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you like
You don't
And
say
even-
your
even-
pants crazy.
crazy.
Like,
And even the
used to-
taste of your streetwear is
you
not
know what
like
I mean?
Yeah.
It's more like mature.
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or got some type of direction. Like I feel like I don't wanna step out and look like I'm 16.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no, I get that. That's what's trendy. But hey, bro,
I used to put my pants right here, dog.
my nigga.
Nigga, I used to sag my pants until my ass showed, bruh.
Okay.
My nigga,
Okay.
when skinny jeans were really hot, that's where you could sag gang because I get that kind
I
of
get
tight.
tight, yeah.
I was sagging that shit. Now, sometimes, when I'm home, like I like sagging like my tracksuits because it looks kind of cool. You feel me? But then
And
at
I
the
feel
same
like that's-
point, I sag it. Yeah, you feel me?
Cuphead was always, I don't know. I used to see States niggas, man. You put the wife beater on,
And-
dog, then
and
you
then
have
sag
the
the
track
track
pants,
pants, yeah.
with the socks and sandals, slides.
That's,
Like,
I feel like if I were to sag, that's it.
That's
At my
it.
age right
You
now,
know
that's
what I
how I'm
mean?
doing.
Like-
Right? But I ain't finna wear jeans and just
and
sag
just
them
sag
crazy.
and then put on a flat cap, talking about.
I used to look at that shit. I look back at my pictures. I'm like, this shit cringe, nigga. I used to dress like this.
Bro, sometimes I'm like, what was this even? Like, what drip was this? What was this style? And the funny thing is, bro, I think in bots, like niggas just resonate if it's weird because like there was a time I cut my jeans gang and I had just bought them, bro. But like the holes were too gang in my opinion, but I rocked it anyway.
But people
Then
like
niggas started doing that
liking
shit.
it.
I was like, that's insane, bro. This was a mistake. Like there's certain things, bro. Like I've seen guys dress just like me, bro.
No, that's
One guy has actually come up to me and said, bro, this outfit was inspired by a video of you, dog.
No, that's
I was
facts,
like,
bro.
whoa.
I feel like that's
Insane.
you remember. You know the is it the I have a music video, bro. I forgot. It's not. It's the Understand music video.
Yeah.
There was a part I was walking in the street. I think there was a clip. It was inspired by one of your music videos.
The one, the one on the street.
The one in the studio, you was
Yeah.
walking, and there was a time a taxi passed.
Yeah.
The clouds were
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah.
That music video. I think.
I feel
So,
it. Alright. Okay, I
So
think
hip-hop
we've.
isn't dead, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's dead.
yeah.
Definitely some changes, and it's evolved.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
Definitely
it's
not
evolved.
the
I feel like it's
same.
changing more than it's dead, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not the same as it was,
Of course.
whether
As
it's
it
good
was-
or bad.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
it was compared to
Faded
When?
gang times,
Uh-huh.
Migos times. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's say post COVID.
Yeah.
Shout out COVID the rapper.
Yeah,
And
shout
also,
out COVID.
because I feel like I'm going to drag it, but like this is just like a small point, then we close. It's like even the way the music is sold, bro. That's why it's contributing to hip hop dying. People are not just selling music as CDs now. They're adding merch,
Yeah.
they're adding vinyls, they're adding things to those
Yeah.
to like. So it's not even just about the music anymore.
I feel
You
like
feel
also
me?
it used to be kind of, you had to find good music before.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had to look for it.
Now it comes to you.
Now
Now
it
it
comes to you.
now you gotta
right?
wait. Now that's
Yeah,
facts.
you just sit
You just
there,
sit
you
there
know,
and wait,
and
yeah.
like music will come to you. And also, I feel like before it gave you that, you were you were curating your music.
yeah.
You need, like from go, hella.
You were making your own playlist.
You were making your own playlist,
listening,
from
looking
jump,
for it. Now,
choosing your music
yeah,
specifically. You
yeah.
know,
Now you got that.
now you got
they're curating it for you.
Apple Music. Yeah, just give you a
Tell you,
playlist.
listen, you're on
You
there,
know,
yeah.
and just like that, you don't even have to try hard to look for artists.
Yeah.
They're
but
being
yeah,
suggested
it's
all
not
the
dead.
time.
Yeah. Well, with that said, that was our topic. Is hip hop dead? You guys can let us know. Like, really, leave a comment. Tell us your opinions. Maybe you feel like it's dead. Maybe you feel like we're not doing it enough justice as to how alive it could be. We'd really appreciate your feedback. It's really important to us. Like I say, we actually read the comments, so be cognizant of that because we are reading them. And it doesn't matter whether the feedback is good or bad, we appreciate it either way. You finished the episode, as you know, by virtue of you hearing me right now. So please make sure to share it because you probably find it very valuable, being as you're still listening to me. So share it with someone. That would really help us grow. And the bigger we get, the more impact we can help you guys. So I'd really appreciate that. We would. And thank you. What, you want to say something?
Bro, no, I don't want to say anything.
Bro,
the whole time you're saying this, please, dog, when you're editing, don't.
I shouldn't show you.
Don't, because I keep doing this. I don't know what I'm doing.
I bet. So that's the NRG. Catch you on the next episode. Thank you.